We will continue chapter number 6, lines and angles. In this chapter, we will solve exercise 6.2. Here I have solved 3 of the sums. Question number 1, 2 and number 4. Student, we are in exercise 6.2. First we will see, that is question number 1. In figure, you have to find the value of x and y, correct? And then you have to show AB is parallel to CD. Got it? So it is not given that AB and CD are parallel, that you have to show. So first of all you have to find x and y. Now here you can see a straight line, correct? A straight line, and in this straight line two angles are given. One is 50 degree and the other one is x. Okay, so we know sum of two angles is 180 degree since it is a linear pair, correct? So we can write here x plus 50 degree is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so you can write here linear pair, correct? Then you find out the value of x. 180 minus 50, that is equal to 130 degree. So x will be 130 degree. Okay, so you take it as equation number 1, correct? Now here you see CD is another straight line and there is another transversal line. Both are intersecting here, correct? So we can tell that y is equal to 130. Why? Vertically opposite angles. Is it okay? So you can write here y is equal to 130 degree. You take it as equation 2. Since vertically opposite angles. Okay, so from both equation what we'll get? Equation 1 and 2. Since the value of x and y is 130 degree, that means x and y are equal. So from equation 1 and 2 we can tell that x is equal to y, correct? Now you see in the figure x and y are equal. It means what? It means that x and y are equal. Alternate interior angles are equal. Is it okay? And if alternate interior angles are equal, we can show that AB is parallel to CD. Is it okay? So in this way we can solve it. So you write here, since alternate interior angles are equal, therefore AB is parallel to CD. Okay, student, we'll see the second question. In figure, if AB is parallel to CD and CD is also parallel to EF, this is already given to you. AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. Okay, and you have to find x. So this value you have to find. Okay, so let's see. So what is given, that you write? Here it is given that y is to z 3:7. Huh? Y is to Z is how much? 3:7. So it is Z, okay, it is not visible. So it is Z. So their values is given 3:7. And you have to find X. So we'll use the method AB parallel to CD. Take it as first. Okay. Then CD is parallel to EF. Take it as second. So from first and second, what we'll get? From first and second, we get. So both are CD, correct? So we can cancel and we can write that AB is parallel to EF. So from here we understood that AB and EF are also parallel, correct? So this is about theorem 6.6 that we have already discussed in early classes, correct? After that, you see here X and Y is given and their sum will be how much? 180 degree. Okay. Why their sum is 180? Because AB and CD is parallel and GF is the transversal. So sum of interior angles on the same side of transversal is 180 degree, correct? Before that, you see, if AB is parallel to EF, what is given here? Okay, we can also write that X is equal to Z. What we can write? X is equal to Z. Why? What is the reason that X and Z are equal? Because AB is parallel to EF and we have learned the condition, na? If two lines are parallel, then alternate interior angles are equal. So X and Z are what? They are alternate interior angles. Okay, they are alternate interior angles. Now the value of X and Y, let's see. X plus Y would be equal to 180 degree. So what is the reason that it is 180 degree? Since sum of two interior angles, okay, two interior angles on the same transversal is 180. Okay. Then, so we got here X plus Y as 180 degree that we have already written here, understood? As well as X is equal to Z, that is equation number 3 we have taken, correct? So in the place of X we can also write here Z. So in this case, you see, in the place of X we will write here what? Z. So Z plus Y is how much? That is equal to 180 degree. Is it clear, children? Then, so once again we will write here Z plus Y is equal to 180 degree. Okay. So you can write here since using equation 3, So we have used equation 3. In equation 3 you can see here x is equal to z. So in the place of x we have written z. Correct? Then we don't know what are the values of z and y in terms of measurement. But here y is given 3 and z is given 7. You can see here. Correct? Y is 3 and z is 7. So, but it is given in ratio form, and we know that how can we convert the ratio into different values. So, we can write here, let the value of y and z be thrice p and 7p. So we are using p instead of x and y, because x, y, z it is already included in this figure. You understood, na? So in the place of that we are using p. So in the place of z, okay, z is 7, that means 7p. So you write here 7p, and in the place of y it will be 3p. So their sum is 180 degree. So you add it, how much you will get? 10p. So 10p is how much? 180 degree. Then you find out p. So p is 180 divided by 10, that is equal to 18 degree. Okay. So therefore measures of z and y are. So what are the measures of z and y are? Let us see. So what is z? So z is 7p, correct? Z is what? 7p. So you write here z is equal to 7p. Then 7 into what is the value of p we got? 18. So write here 18. So 7 8 is 56, 5 remainder, 7 1 is 7, 5, 12. So you will get 126 degree. And what is the value of y? What is the value of y? So y is equal to 3p. So you can write here 3 into value of p you use here, that is 18. So you will get 54 degree, correct? But they are asking to find out the value of x. You understood, na? They are asking to find out value of x. But here we know that, see here, we know that x is equal to z. So what is the value of z we got? That is equal to x, correct? So you can write here, therefore x is equal to z, okay, and that is equal to 126 degree. So this will be your. Let's solve number 4. In figure, PQ is parallel to ST. So you see here PQ and ST are both parallel, that is given to you. Correct? Then PQ are 110 degree, RST 130 degree. So these are the values of PQR and RST, that is already given to you. Now they are asking to solve or find QRS. This value you have to find out, QRS. Okay. So what you will do, here you see hint has been given, draw a line parallel to ST through R. So we have drawn XY, that line we have drawn here, and that passes to point R, such that ST is parallel to XY. Correct? ST is parallel to XY. So let's use the method and solve. First you see PQ is parallel to ST. It is already given. So you can write here what? Given. Correct? Then by construction we got XY parallel to ST, that we have done by construction. So you can write here by construction. So from 1 and 2 we get. So what we'll get from 1 and 2? ST cancel. PQ is parallel to XY. Correct? So we got that PQ and XY are both parallel. Okay. Now if these two lines are parallel, then there are three conditions will arise. So out of this one we are taking sum of these two angle is 180 angle PQR plus angle XRQ, and their sum is 180 degree. Sum of interior angles. On the same side of transversal. So their sums we got 180 degree. Correct? Next, PQR already given 110 degree. Now you find out XRQ. So PQR plus XRQ, and their sum is 180 degree. Value of PQR is given 110 degree. Now you have to find XRQ. Correct? So what will be XRQ? 180 minus 110 degree. Both you subtract. So how much you will get? 70 degree. So here this measurement we got 70 degree, that is XRQ. Correct? Now here you see ST is also parallel to XY. Correct? ST is parallel to what? Now if these two are parallel, then we can tell alternate interior angle is equal. So which are the alternate interior angles here? RST, and the other one XRS. So this you have to take XRS. Both will be equal. So you write here angle XRS is equal to angle RST. So both will be how much? 130 degree. Since alternate interior angles. Correct? They are alternate interior angles. There are two angles. One is XRQ and the other one is QRS. So these two, their sum is 130 degree. So here we can write XRS is equal to 130 degree. So we can split XRS into two angles. So one angle we write here XRQ plus the other one QRS. So you can write here QRS, and their sum is 130 degree. So how much, what is the value that we got? XRQ 70 degree. So you write here 70 degree. Now easily we can find out QRS. This value we can find out. So QRS would be how much? 130 degree minus 70 degree. Both you subtract. 130 minus 70 will be 60 degree. So therefore the value of QRS or the measure of QRS is 60 degree.